August 18th and 19th, Thursday and Friday. Can you feel the full moon? The energy gets bigger. Have you noticed? Either people sleep less or they're sleeping more because they're kind of being bombarded. Think of the Earth's waters going up. The energy increases, the voltage increases. They say there's more evidence of mental activity as far as crazy people, lunatics, get it? And we got to pay attention. There's a lunar eclipse, which means that the moon is moving behind the Earth and into its shadow. I just love the way that sounds. The moon is moving into the shadow, and it only happens during a full moon. So we're at the full moon marker. The sun is in Leo. We'll just do it up here. The moon is opposite. It's actually entered Pisces, but it was just like late degree Leo, so they're exactly opposite. That's all you have to know. Every full moon, it's always the sun and moon are 180 degrees opposite. Now, this flavor of Leo Pisces is so sensitive. So if you're feeling more emotional, that's another indicator of a full moon. It's like your emotional body gets hyper and it feels almost like you can get irritated, or you might feel more loving. The combination of Leo and Pisces at its best is an incredibly sensitive soul who writes poetry, the Pisces, and Leo wants to dance and they want to put some music on and they want to show off. But the Pisces moon at its worst is like, can everybody go away now? Especially during a full moon. Like, I don't want to be bugged. That's the part in all of our psyches that wants to retreat the moon in Pisces and doesn't really want to be around people. But the Leo is so extroverted, and we all have these splits in our personality. Some of you are really extroverted, and yet you're really shy. Some of you are really neat, and yet you're really a mess. Some of you are really organized around money, and some of you can't deal money at all. And it becomes the quality of astrology is understanding the two impulses, like especially during opposition, and finding the observer position, which is in my book, The Missing Element. The observer position's in the middle, where you step back and you look at yourself and you go, I am really a mixed bag. And there's nothing wrong with being a mixed bag. The challenge is the full acceptance. And Leos, secretly, no one knows this, they're one, self-conscious, and they're two, shy. Go figure. So it's this next couple of days where you're going to want to pay attention during this full moon, 18th energy, and during this eclipse, where you're going to say to yourself, where could I emotionally really respect the parts of me that don't get along? And you all know what it is. If you stop for a moment and think, what part of your personality really bugs you? Just answer that question, then write it down in our comments. And then add the compassionate voice of a good astrologer who says, hey, God wasn't having a bad day when she made you. She likes you. Astrology Answers brought Deborah Silverman to be your mom and say, honey, you're doing okay.